Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are talking about the meeting today is to talk about healthcare in Africa, how we can use technology to solve problems. My name is Mubarak Mwatimpa, a software engineer from Kampala, Uganda. I'm joined by a team of 3 engineering students at the Alex Software Engineering School, including Fabrizia Renish Okago from Nairobi, Kenya, Najib Abdallah Mtiaba from Kampala, Uganda, and Ian Chitembe from Arusha, Tanzania. Now, as young Africans, it's incumbent on us to change the rhetoric of Africa. Considering the fact that Africa has a lot of developing countries, and as you already know from the statistics from the World Health Organization, less than 10% of people in developing countries actually have access to proper medical record keeping and technology in general in healthcare. And this is where we are coming in to solve a problem of how we can automate healthcare processes to make them more efficient and effective, ranging from hospital management, ranging from things like patient information management, appointment scheduling, telemedicine, inventory management, medical billing, electronic health records. And of course, we are in the age of AI, using artificial intelligence to help in diagnosis, treatment, and of course, improving medical outcomes.
Yeah, so what are we as the developers targeting to get after doing this Health Bridge project? So our targets are to, by the end of this project, all of us, the 4 of us, will get a good understanding of the domain-specific requirements. We'll get to know how to design the database and manage it. Also, we get to know how to design a user interface, the integration of various modules, and also we'll get some skills on project management. And we'll also get to know how to design APIs and also develop them, how to configure web servers and to deploy the applications, the software testing and quality assurance, all those we'll get to know. And also we'll get to know how to authenticate and authorize. The final thing we'll get to know is the load balancing and scalability, and get to know how to use it and how to go about it. Yeah.
To solve such a problem, you must use various technologies, and we are going to go for the client-server architecture, and in the back end, we shall go for MySQL database, use Flask for the web server and the API, and in the front end, we shall use HTML, CSS for the appearance, for the look and feel, and then use JavaScript for the behavior, but not only that, to also consume the API.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, of course, we are dealing with a couple of complexities within building of the system itself, but also outside of the project. The fact that we are all in different countries is one of those issues that are not highlighted here. But for the design of this system, we identified complexity of the healthcare domain because of the sensitivity of patient data within the healthcare industry. How we are expected to handle this sensitivity is one of the other challenges that we faced while developing the system. Of course, we want this system to be scalable, and that comes with a couple of complexities and performance issues. We had to deal with the user interface and how we personalize the experience to be the best for all our users, both patient and medical personnel. We had to review a couple of regulatory compliances, testing and validation. This project, the timelines were a bit tight, and also we had to plan for how acceptable our platform is going to be to the different users, and how we're going to grow adoption from 0 to 100. Thank you.
Yeah, and also we have some third-party services that we're going to use in the project. We're going to use the Calendly for some of our modules of like the appointment scheduling. We're going to use the Calendly, and ChatGPT is also going to help us a lot in areas where we find difficulties applying. And for the authentication, we're going to use open authentication so that we can allow third parties application to access the protected resources without revealing any of their credentials information.
Yes, because healthcare is a service, and services come with an expectation of experience. We drew a couple of mock-ups just for you to review the quality of experience that our users are going to be going through. The first one, we have what we call a patients module. For this, but with a single search, you'll be the user will be shown the different clients that have that exact search that the user has input. And what you see is that when you click on a single user, it will give you the history of that user acquiring our service, right? Of course, what we give there is called a patient card. And from that, you can see, yes, Patricia, you can go back to the pharmacy. You can see the different medicines that we have in our pharmacy currently, right? That gives you the quantities as units of the medicines in our pharmacy. Over to you.
Yeah.
When it comes to schedule of work, Fabrice, would you like to come?
And you can take it. It's okay.
When it comes to schedule of work, we don't have a lot of time to develop this application. We have about 27 days or less to, so we needed to come up with a work plan on Trello, assign tasks divided into front end and back end for us to be able to achieve and build this application within the time limit. As you know, coding is not easy, and you really have to spend lots of hours trying to come up with single features, and distributed the work in a way that fits our strength and time in order to actually come up with this application. Collision and mwanzo, whatever starts. For us, this is just the end. We'll come back to you and show you.